Hey guys, SkittleRampage here. Welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So, we're going to be going over around 65 new Funko Pops that are expected this fall. Now, these listed images are going to be shared over from the Scarlet Joker over on Instagram, so thank you so much to them. And a quick reminder and kind of disclaimer, nothing is officially confirmed until Funko does announce it, of course, because anything can be changed, canceled, or even delayed at any point, but I'll keep you guys posted throughout the year if anything does change. Now, before we jump into all the awesome Funko Pops expected later this year, we do have our question of the day, which is, do you have any really cool video game Funko Pops in your collection? And I have Sweet Tooth here. This thing is amazing. Alrighty guys, so let's go and jump into things, and let's start off with anime today because we got some really cool stuff. Starting off with Dandadan here. Also, if you haven't checked out this anime, I do highly recommend it. It is actually pretty cool. It has a little bit of weird moments in it, like a lot of anime out there, but for the most part, it's a good watch if you like, you know, ghosts or aliens and things like that. But it is a really good anime overall. So expected in this Dandadan lineup, we do have Okarun, obviously main character there, with a chase variation, but interesting enough, Funko has swapped it this time, where his transformed look is the regular, and normal human Okarun is actually the chase, which, again, like I said, usually they do it the other way around, where something like the really cool transformation in an anime is that chase variation. Interestingly enough, though, people really like both versions of this character, so I don't think anybody would necessarily be mad if they got either or. Obviously, I know most people are going for a complete collection regardless. The next character on this list is Momo Ayase, so another main character there, and a big fan favorite character. She's really cool. I do hope she has a pop out there where she's using her abilities in some sort of manner. There's plenty of figures out there where they already have her doing that, and hopefully Funko follows suit. The next one we have is Granny Psycho here, another pretty big fan favorite character due to her being the waifu of the show for the most part. But I think she's a pretty cool character overall. Definitely a great choice by Funko, obviously. I think Funko has a lot of opportunities with her. They could do the lounging pose that everybody knows and loves, or they could just do her standing up with her fan. And the final one expected in this lineup is Turbo Granny, but as the cat. It would also be really cool to see Turbo Granny in her normal form in the future sometime too. That'd be neat. But the Turbo Granny cat is obviously a very funny look. There's a lot of memes out there of it. So if Funko makes the version where the cat is like the meme, you could stand it behind doorways for really cool, you know, photo shoots. I think that'd be neat. Let me know what you guys think about this new Dandadan lineup and if you're excited. Next up for Naruto fans, looks like we're getting a brand new deluxe Kurama here, and it's going to be glow in the dark here. Obviously, if you look at some of the older Kurama molds, it's kind of time for an updated mold of that character. I think a lot of people really want an updated version of Glow Kurama too, so maybe Funko will do that down the line too. But for Naruto fans, stay tuned for this one. I'm sure it's going to be really cool. Next up, we have Tokyo Revengers. Yes, you did hear that right. We probably heard about this rumor or leak like years ago at this point, and I think they ended up canceled at one point, and now they're being brought back. So it is a little bit of a roller coaster of emotions for Tokyo Revengers fans, but not an anime I have checked out just yet, but I'm sure you guys are excited if you're a fan of it. So we have Takemichi there with a battle damage chase. We also have Draken as well as Mikey there. And I believe Draken should actually have the tattoo on the side of his head too in the pop mold, which is neat. The only thing I'll really say about this Tokyo Revengers pop lineup is that I feel Funko is just like way late to the game, and I do not think it's going to sell very well at this point in time. I think a couple years ago, yes. Now, not so much. But if you are a fan of the show, let me know if you're excited for these. Another expected anime is Delicious in Dungeon, another pretty popular one last year. And I think it was a pretty cool choice by Funko, but I haven't seen it personally, so I don't know how well this would do, but let me know what you guys think. All right, so this does include Laos with a chase variation there. You guys can let me know what you think the chase might be. We also have Marcel, as well as a Pop Plus of Chilchuck there. So Pop Plus just means it's gonna have a little bit more, you know, detail, and then it's going to cost a little bit more money. Same situation for Senchi there, and then we also do have a 6-inch of Fallon there. So the 6-inch is most likely going to be this giant bird thing. I don't know. I saw the image of it. I remember seeing a figure of it by, maybe, was it Good Smile or is another company, like sometime last year, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. I have no idea what that thing is, but I know my wife watched it, and she said it was a pretty decent watch for the most part. So let me know what you guys think about Delicious in Dungeon. Let me know if it is worth watching and checking out, and let me know what you guys think about these pops, of course. Like I mentioned before, I really like that Funko's kind of branching off into newer animes and newer sets like this, instead of just focusing on Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and One Piece. Not that they haven't done a million One Piece in the last year and coming this year, but I really like that they are trying trying different things, so I do hope this is successful for them. Now, the final new anime lineup today is My Hero Academia here for Season 7, and I do want to put a quick spoiler warning here just in case you're not fully caught up to the season, just because I might put in spoiler images here of something you may not have seen yet. Alrighty, so let's go over this brand new My Hero Academia list. So we do have an all-for-one Young, which I thought was pretty cool. I know a lot of people have wanted another version of all-for-one for a while now, so I think this could turn out pretty cool. We also have Hawks with Sword there. I would not be surprised if we get some kind of like flocked variation of this Hawks in the future too, just like they did with the common, and you know, they gave us a Chalice flocked variation too. We do have a Pop Plus of Shoto Todoroki, so it's most likely going to be this image here that would make it a Pop Plus and add a little bit more detail from that specific season. If it's not this, then I have no idea really what it could be. Another one we have is a Pop Plus of Toga there, another, you know, more detailed figure there, so it has to be her doing something a little bit more extra versus just standing there, so this could really be anything. Next up, we do have a Pop Premium of Deku with Black Whip here. So if you don't know what the difference between Pop Plus and Premium or a normal figure, basically a Pop Premium is like a step further from Pop Plus, and it costs even more money. So a Pop Premium will cost you $20. Think of the Rengoku Pop that we got with the dragon all around him. This just means Deku's going to have a ton more detail. He's going to be a 5-inch figure, and he'll just be doing a little bit more on the figure versus like a normal 4-inch Pop or a Pop Plus. So it's going to be a really nice looking figure, hopefully to justify that $20 price point. And the final My Hero Academia Pop today is a 6-inch version of Tomura here, and the only thing that I can think that would warrant a 6-inch Pop of Tomura would be this. And this looks so gross and disgusting to me with those giant hands and all that. I'm sure Funko might nail it in the figure if this is what it is, but it just, that form is so gross. Now that's everything for My Hero Academia right now. We could see some exclusives in that set too down the line, so stay tuned. But let me know what you guys think about this new My Hero set. I'm personally just kind of like, I really wish they would speed up the ending of My Hero Academia with the Funko Pop line, because it's just so overdone, like overdone. There's so many characters that they didn't even do that, you know, like Sero, for example. I know that's a big one that a lot of people really want. And just in general, we're just getting repeat variants of the same ones. Like this list alone has a ton of characters we've already gotten. Like all for one, we have a couple variations of them already. We have Hawks already. We have Shoto Todoroki. We have a few Togas. We have a lot of Dekus, and we have a ton of Tomura. Obviously, these are popular characters, so it makes sense to remake, you know, merchandise from that specific season. And it's good that they're doing completely different variations versus just metallic or glow-in-the-dark repaints. But again, like I said, My Hero Academia fatigue, same thing with One Piece, same thing with Dragon Ball. It is just constant waves of the same characters versus branching off, doing other animes and all that. Okay, let's go to move on from anime. Next up is pop movies and TV, all kinds of things in here. First up, we have Atlantis: The Lost Empire here. This should be the first ever set of pops from this movie. So this does include Milo as well as Kita there. And I think these will be pretty decently popular. Obviously, the movie is pretty old. I think this is one of those things where if it reaches the right fan base with Funko and all that in terms of fans of that movie, then these will sell very well. If not, they might just be shelf sitters because the movie's so old. Either way, though, I know this is a big classic Disney movie for a lot of fans, so let me know what you guys think about these two pops coming. Next up, looks like we have another Bob's Burger wave coming. This includes Bob Belcher. We also have Gail with Mr. Business, Calvin, as well as Jimmy Jr. there. Next, a new addition to the Pop Books line, we do actually have a Pop Plus of the Cat in the Hat there. So curious to see what they give him to make this a Pop Plus for the Cat in the Hat, because he's a rather skinny character, obviously, so making it a Pop Plus could be a little difficult unless they just like have his hat out or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what they would do here, but it's an updated Cat in the Hat mold. Moving on, for Godzilla fans, you might actually be pretty excited for one of these. So this includes 3 6-inch pops. We have a 6-inch sleeping Godzilla there. So the reason that one's actually pretty cool is due to the fact that we did get the Amazon exclusive sleeping Godzilla, but it currently sits around $100 to $150 because they didn't make a ton of stock of it for some reason. And at the same time, it's very tiny in that box, so it should have been a 6-inch pop to begin with. So hopefully this mold is a little bit better looking. Now we also have a 6-inch sleeping Space Godzilla and a sleeping Ghidorah there as a 6-inch pop. So I think this might turn out to be a really cool set, but at the same time, we've also gotten a lot of Godzilla pops lately, so I think these are just going to really need to stand out to grab some people's attention. Next, for Peanuts fans, we have a new lineup. This includes Franklin, Pigpen. We also have a Pop Plus of Lucy, as well as a premium of Schroeder. For Muppets fans, we have 4 new expected pops. This includes First Mate Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, and a deluxe of Kermit with the banjo there. That's gotta turn out so cool. For Star Wars fans, we have a couple new things from the Clone Wars, Rebels, and Tales of the Jedi. So from the Clone Wars, we have Ventress there, which was a pretty cool fan favorite that a lot of people are excited for. And we actually got looks at the prototype here a couple months back if you guys want to check out what the mold's gonna look like. Now, also from the Clone Wars, we have Hondo, as well as Jesse with a chase variation. From Rebels, we have Kanan, as well as Tales of the Jedi, we have Count Dooku there. So let me know, for Star Wars fans, are you guys excited for this lineup of pops from different series? Next, for Pop Horror, we have Pumpkinhead here. This could look like a very interesting pop. I am curious to see how that mold turns out. For Sesame Street fans, we have 2 new expected pops. This includes Oscar the Grouch and the Count. Have we gotten a Count pop since one of the original ones? Okay, I just looked that up, and I don't think we've gotten another variation of the Count since the original one, and I think it's pretty cool that we're finally getting an updated version there. And the original one sits a little bit higher in price, so I'm sure for any Count fans, you guys are excited. Now, the last lineup for this movie and TV section, we have some DC here. Superman. This includes Superman 1938, as well as 1950. Then we have Superman Blackest Night and Superman Fall of Sinestro. That Sinestro one might be pretty cool. Next section we have here is pop video games. First up, Baldur's Gate 3, so this is wave 2. This includes Gale with a chase. We also have Lae'zel with a sword, as well as Wild there. I think that's how you pronounce that. Anyways, though, the first set of Baldur's Gate 3 pops was very, very popular, so I'm sure these will be pretty popular too. For any FNAF fans, it looks like we're getting pops from FNAF Help Wanted 2. This does include Glitch Trap, Scrap Baby, Vanny, and a premium of DJ Music Man. So I looked up DJ Music Man when I was looking a little bit more into this, and I was like, man, that is going to be a freaky looking mold. But then the more I looked at all of these characters, I was like, these are all going to look really freaky, like most of the FNAF pops. So hopefully Funko does a great job. They've been really pushing FNAF lately. We just got the Withered Wave from FNAF 2. We also got Mangle there that we got looks at over at New York Toy Fair. And then now we have this really cool Help Wanted 2 wave. So hopefully Funko can earn back the FNAF fans' trust with the Funko Pops, because again, I think they've been doing a pretty good job lately. The last video game item coming this fall is Tomb Raider here. So this does include Lara Croft Polygonal, which it speaks for itself at how funny this is going to be. The memes, the gooners over this, and all that. It's going to be very interesting, to say the least, in a Funko Pop design of the Polygon. I don't even know how that's going to look for Pops, because they haven't really, have they attempted? I mean, I know they have like the pixel sets and all that, like the 8-bit sets and stuff like that, but this is going to look like way different. I cannot see that or picture that as a Funko Pop. But I'm really curious to see how Funko tries to kind of tackle that. Now, the other one expected is Lara Croft, Angel of Darkness there too. The last set of pops that are expected this coming fall, we do have pop music, and this is Metallica 72 Seasons. And we do have James, Lars, Kirk, and Robert. Well, guys, that does wrap up over 60 new Funko Pops that are expected this fall. As I said earlier in the video, I'll keep you guys posted throughout the year on any changes on these first looks and all that. So make sure to give me a follow if you guys want more updates on that. And let me know, out of everything we just went over, what are you most excited for? I'm definitely excited to see that Kurama in person from Naruto. I would also like to see the Dandadan Pops, obviously. Can't wait to see the final design. I'm curious about a couple of the My Hero Academia ones just to see what the molds look like. And, that Fallon from Delicious in Dungeon, I want to see how that turns out. That's going to be so interesting. And then we also do have some of the Superman Pops, which were pretty cool. The Atlantis movie, which is pretty neat too. So I think there was a lot of great things in today's video for sure. Let me know what you're most excited for. Now, as always, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do hit the like button down below and subscribe and click that notification bell if you're new here. I do want to go ahead and end off the video by saying a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure to follow me on all my social medias at SkittleRampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page, so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.